What are wholesale imports? To state it simply, wholesale imports are the goods one country buys from another country. These goods will be such things as textiles, fabrics, produce, raw materials and manufactured materials. And now in this technological era we are even importing services. These wholesale imports are sent wherever there is demand for the product or service. There may already be competing products in that market, or the products may be new to the market. These items are then transported, usually by a commercial freight forwarder, either by air or sea vessels across international borders. Here they must undergo customs inspections by a customs officer at the domestic harbor, airport, or rail station ports of entry. At customs, the importer is required to provide the appropriate documentation such as insurances, licenses, a declaration of the items you are importing, a letter of credit, a bill of loading, payment of any tariffs, taxes, duties and fees. All nations, no matter which, are required to conduct their business in compliance with international rules and regulations. They must respect all embargoes, limitations, quotas, quarantine laws, and any other circumstances that might make the transfer of wholesale imports a prohibitive activity. So now that we have examined exactly what wholesale imports are, let's assess whether or not wholesale imports are a good thing or a bad thing for the domestic economy of an indigenous population. It really all comes down to an issue of supply and demand and the ability of a particular nation to produce the goods that are wanted by the population. If a particular product is not available because the domestic population either lacks the resources or the manpower to develop it and there is sufficient demand for it, then it makes sense to purchase wholesale imports in order to satisfy that demand. Also, it may not make sense to purchase wholesale imports if competing versions of the same item are already available in your country or there isn't enough demand for that particular product. When you do your market research, you need to determine if it is cost prohibitive to import those types of products. After all, the purpose of the import business is to make a profit. Unless imported products satisfy a need of the indigenous population, it doesn't make sense, nor is it financially feasible to bring these wholesale imports into that country if they cannot turn a profit for all parties involved in the transaction, from buyers to sellers and for everyone else in between. Then the exercise is futile. In this modern era of global trading, wholesale imports are an integral part of what has allowed the global economy to prosper. It has also allowed other nations around the world to benefit and enjoy the advancements in manufacturing technology and everything that has been produced because of this advancement.